Do the police ever hire private investigators? This is a question I recently got, and I think it's a really good question. I'm going to give you the answer, and I don't think it's what you're going to expect. Hi, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. I'm the creator of the Investigator's Ultimate Guide series, which is premium private investigator training from someone who's been there and done that. Also, #1 best-selling author a couple of times over. The idea that the question asker had was, do the police hire private investigators? And I think behind that was in a sneaky way so that they can get information that they might otherwise be restricted from getting. All right, here's my personal experience with these things. I have not had any police department hire me for that reason. Now, individual police officers might hire you. I've discussed this in another video. It's where they have a personal matter, maybe a divorce or something, and they don't want to do anything that would compromise the integrity of the investigation or put them in an awkward position. I mean, obviously, no man getting a divorce who wants to prove his wife is cheating should be sitting outside of her house or on her block doing surveillance. That's super creepy. No, hire a professional. You know, it puts a little distance between you and the investigation. It makes it more credible. There's more integrity there. Okay. I have never had the police department hire me, any police department, and I've been in contact with a few of them kind of related to this, to investigate citizens, and because there was information they couldn't get legally, but they could if they hired me. Here's what I have run into. Police departments who want to investigate internally will sometimes hire private investigators, outside investigators. A really simple example of this would be a jurisdiction, a police department that requires their officers to live within the jurisdiction. The idea being that if you work for a city police department, they want you as a police officer living in that police department or in that city. And of course, there's going to be problems with that. Some officers aren't going to want to. They're going to want to live in a different place or further away for a variety of reasons. And the police department might, in those cases, hire an outside investigator, a private investigator, to do surveillance or other kinds of investigative work. And it usually, in that kind of case, comes down to surveillance to verify that the officers are living outside the jurisdiction. There's one example of where a private investigator might be hired. Normally, though, if a city is doing an investigation, and again, they're looking inward at themselves, they'll hire a law firm to do the investigation, and the law firm will hire investigators. They will either have in-house investigators working for the law firm who will investigate whatever the city needs, or they will hire outsiders, so a law firm might approach you, as this happens all the time for all sorts of cases, but say working for a city, the law firm might hire you to come in and do some investigative work or find some records or do some interviews, that type of thing. If the city believes there's misconduct within the police department and wants an outside agency to do the investigation, again, for propriety's sake, and not just the appearance of propriety, but for genuine propriety's sake, if a city investigates itself, that just doesn't seem right, even if it's legitimate. So those are the conditions under which I know private investigators can and will be hired by police departments or cities, municipalities, other government organizations. The question I have is, does it surprise you that that's the answer? Were you expecting something different? Just a straight yes, a straight no? Were you expecting a yes, but to snoop on citizens? I'm just curious what you might have thought about before you got the real answer here. I do a terrible job of remembering to tell you that I do have a free report over at ShadowAnyone.com called "If You Want to Be a Private Investigator, Give Up Unless You Do These 3 Things." It's right on the homepage of ShadowAnyone.com. Sign up, get that free report, and occasionally I will reach out to you with other pieces of content and information, especially kind of right away. If you're interested in it, you'll get a little bit more, but I'm woefully behind in sending out emails, so I'm not going to flood you either. If you have any questions, let me know. In the meantime, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. Remember, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing.